This is Diversity Beyond the Checkbox bonus content where we get personal with our inspiring and accomplished guests after the interview. For the full podcast, visit beyondthecheckbox.com. Okay, let's jump into it. Trish, who was your childhood celebrity crush?
Oh, this is hilarious. So, my favorite group of all time is New Edition.
Yes.
And I was convinced I was going to be Mrs. Ralph Tresvant. You couldn't tell me otherwise. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ralph was my guy. Yeah.
Sensitivity. That was a great song.
All of that. All of Love, New Edition. They were just like amazing. I actually went to see them a couple years ago, maybe right before COVID, and screamed like a child. Yeah.
I love it. Who would you trade places with for a day?
Oh, so good. Who would I trade? I probably would trade places with Oprah. Yeah. I think it'd be fascinating, right? One. You never know what you would be doing in any given day. It could be in Africa at her school, one of her schools. It could be hanging out with Gail. It could be anywhere. In her place in Hawaii. Like,
that's right.
You just never know. So, yeah.
Love it. Trish, what is your guilty pleasure?
Guilty pleasure. I don't know if it's guilty, but I love a good spa day.
Oh, yes.
I love a good spa day. I love a good spa day. I'm trying to think of something else that people would say is maybe not so good for you, but you do it. And I can't think of anything. I probably need to get more guilty pleasures. That's probably what that means.
You need a new guilty pleasure.
What that means. I need some new guilty pleasures.
I love it though. Spa is always good.
I love a good spa, good massage.
Mm-hmm. What is the biggest risk you ever took?
So probably need to take more risks too. However, biggest risk was probably at one point in my career at Edelman, I took an assignment where I had to live in Arkansas.
Oh.
And I came home 2 weekends a month. I worked at the headquarters for the world's largest retailer, which we probably know who that is without saying the name. And I literally went, it was very early in my career. I was probably, I know it's probably been about under 10 years ago, but it was early on in my career. And I went there with a team of 5 people. And it was a risk because one, I was like, I don't know Bentonville, Arkansas. I don't know what this is. I'd only been away for a prolonged period for college at that point.
Sure.
Right. And so it was just very, very new, different, and it was intense. We were working like 12-hour work days. It was an intense assignment. And for me, that was risky because I didn't know what I was getting into. I was leaving everything that was familiar to me.
Right.
And it was very, very difficult work. And so it was a challenge that I accepted, but it was risky. I think that's one of the biggest career risks I think I've taken, and challenges that I probably have had to endure.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the best compliment you've ever gotten?
I think that oftentimes we can find people that are smart, but not necessarily kind. Or we can find people that are kind and thoughtful, but maybe not the most
shrewd,
top in their right in their game. And so I think it's being told I have the combination of both.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
What's the worst piece of advice you've ever received?
That you have to have all the answers, like get it, figure it all out. Like I was that person who had when I'm this age, I'll have done this. By this age, that. And as we know, nothing happens the way we plan it in life.
That's right.
But like to prepare, overplan, which I'm still very much a planner. But all those lists we create, all those plans we map out, all those things, oftentimes none of them happen the way that we planned for them to. Nothing happens from, if we write out A to Z that way. Just the same as we used to say we had a corporate ladder. There's no more ladder. It's like a swing set. Like a jungle gym.
Yeah.
It's a jungle gym. And there is no one roadmap. So I think this thing that you have to have it all figured out, this plan it all out, strategize all, everything, that to me is not, I've found that it's not foul proof and in fact ineffective in some instances.
Absolutely. And sometimes, Trish, when you have that prescriptive life, is what I call it, because I'm the same way, you get to where you think your happiness is going to be, and you find that it's not there.
It
It's
is not
sometimes
there.
in the messiness, right, that you find true happiness and fulfillment.
I mean, you've put your ladder up to a place, a house window you don't even want to be in, right? And so
That's right.
you spend all this time, energy working towards something that actually is not what fulfills you the most. Rather than, I truly believe, if you follow your passion, it'll propel you to your purpose. And so, really focusing on that all the more, rather than, okay, I got to take these 10 steps to get here or there.
Amazing. Trish, what's your favorite book?
Ooh. Great question. So that's a great question, because I have a couple. I have a few. And some are going to be non-conventional because, again, for me, my faith inspires me. There is a book called Don't Get Off the Train, En Route to Your Divine Destiny. It's super old, but it just talks about just staying the course of, like, and not circumventing, not negating, not missing your purpose. And that, for me, it's about this thick. It's a little teeny book. That for me is one that I have gone back to probably over the last 20 years multiple times. Right, to just stay focused on that sort of end, and not to abort mission, was what I was trying to get to, and like get off the train. I think in terms of business books, I think there's some, a good friend of mine, Mita Malik, has a great book out now on inclusion. And I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but it just came out about a month ago in October. And she recounts these different instances of inclusion, sort of insights and moments throughout her career, which is, I think, one of my favorites right now that I've been reading.
That's so great. And Trish, finally, what's the one thing you can't live without?
Oh, family.
Love it.
Yeah. My family. Come from a huge family, and it's just central to who I am, the source of a lot of who I am and what I've become. And so family for me is so key. Family and probably cheese.
Love it. I love it. Trish, thank you so much for giving us a chance to get to know you a little better.
Thank you.
This has been super fun.
Thank you. It's been fun as well. Thank you for the opportunity again. I appreciate it.